What's up, guys? RBG here. Today I'm going to be going over some gameplay I recorded earlier on Pixelborn playing Viktor versus Jinx. I thought it was a pretty good game and kind of showcased some good decisions, so we'll just get into it and we'll start going over some of the gameplay. I'm not going to be editing this one with all the pictures of everything on here. I will be doing that for my live gameplay videos, but for this one, I won't. So the two battlefields we got was the one battlefield that is going to be you start your turn with your first turn with an additional mana. So instead, the mana curves are going to be 3, 4, respectively for going first and second. And then the other battlefield is when you hold here, you can move a unit from base to the from the battlefield to the base. So you can kind of protect it, which creates some interesting gameplay. Now I'm going first, and I actually decide to eventually mulligan both of my Shens because I don't think Shen is a very good card in this specific matchup, and I'd rather have Cole the Weak because this their Jinx champion is kind of a problem and it's kind of hard to deal with. So if I can clear the rest of the board and leave the Jinx champion up, it's pretty good. And Watchful Sentry plus Viktor ability is a very good turn one play to kind of leave resources in my hand and just start playing the game. So I'm just reading the things out to people. And then I am going to decide to play the 2-drop and Viktor ability for 1 here. I'm going to skip ahead a bit through this video. I know it might be a bit jarring, but I promise it'll be okay. So I'm going to, I'd go a little ahead. I play the Watchful Sentry for 1, and I play the Viktor token for 1 for my leader ability. So I have 2 mana. So this is a really good turn 1 play if you can establish 2 units, because if you can establish 2 units, you get 2 points for winning the first turn, basically, because you can take both battlefields. They usually aren't going to play something with haste that can contest one of the battlefields. The Jinx player actually ends up playing 2 Traveling Merchants, which is really good because on the next turn, he's going to be able to play his champion. And when he plays his champion, he can actually make the champion go plus 2 attack and also and also do that twice and ready it. So it's kind of crazy, to be honest. That new Jinx champion is really good. I think it's the correct one. I'm going to move one of my units to the battlefield on the left and one of them to the battlefield on the right. I move the Watchful Sentry to the one on the left because I actually want it to die and I don't want to use the ability to destroy something. So I have 5 mana, so I want to play Cruel Patron. I think the game actually glitches out a little bit here because I move Cruel Patron there. I actually end up having to play the Cruel Patron there, even though I think I wanted to play it to another zone, but it worked out anyway. So I do a bit of thinking, and then I end up eventually here playing my leader ability for a token in my base. And then I eventually go Cruel Patron, and I just play it at the battlefield that it's making me play it at. Sometimes Pixelborn is a little bit glitchy. You can see me trying to place it somewhere, but it's probably because I tried placing it there earlier. It's making me commit to that in a weird way. And I'm going to kill the token at my base and then pass to him. He's going to get 6 mana to start his turn, 2 red, 4 purple. And then Jinx is going to play the Jinx champion, I believe. Let's see. I forgot what he does exactly. Yep. Plays the Jinx champion. And then he has 1 mana up. And then he's going to be able to use Traveling Merchant to go over there and ready the Jinx and give it +1 attack. He does that, thinks about what he wants to discard, discards 1, draws 1, readies the Jinx, wins that battlefield, gets a point. And then I play, I also at the same time, I play my hidden here. So if you didn't see, I was skipping ahead a little bit, but on my turn, I actually played a hidden that lets me draw 2. It was the 4 mana. Yep, that spell right there that I'm trying to hover over. Yep, that one right there. It's a 4 mana hidden draw 2. It's one of the best blue cards in the game right now. So I actually, from losing this battlefield, I'm drawing 3. So it's just crazy hand fixing. I have pretty much everything I need in my hand at this point. He's going to win that battlefield, ready his Jinx, and then I draw 3. And then he's thinking a bit more. He moves the Traveling Merchant over there to give it plus discard 1, draw 1, and then give Jinx 7 attack so she can beat over the Cruel Patron. And she's actually going to gust my token back to my hand. And if you don't know how tokens work, they can't go back to hand. So a gust actually just destroys the token, which is kind of interesting for sure. And then he moves the thing over there to start combat, and I'm actually going to move my Cruel Patron back to my base so I don't lose it. I'd rather not lose it for free, so that's from the battlefield ability. Now I'm thinking about what I want to do here, and I actually think I decide to play my Viktor, which I think is really good here. And then I move this over here to start a battle. He's going to move his thing back, and then I'm going to get a lore point. And then I'm kind of looking at what I do next. And then I play a Watchful Sentry over there. So if he moves the Traveling Merchant twice, he would also have to play another spell to kind of stop me from taking that base. Because then he would be, if he moved both Traveling Merchants back to base, the Jinx would be at 7, so it would trade. So I wanted to be able to trade if he moved both Traveling Merchants again and kind of like hand fixed a bit. I'm okay with these things dying though and trading with the Jinx if he decided to do that, because I'm going to gain a bunch of Viktor tokens here. That's why I played the Viktor on the last turn, is I kind of want to just start going as wide as possible. He actually ends up playing Rebuke on my patron, which is really ugly, to be honest, and I don't like that, but it is what it is. He goes super down in mana for that, which will, I think, mess up his tempo for the rest of the game for sure. He moves his Jinx over there 5-1. I let it go. I want to draw one off Watchful Sentry to try and thin my deck and hand fix a little bit more, because on the next turn I think I need to go as wide as possible. So I draw, he passes, I think. No, I draw one, I get one from my Viktor token, so I'm going a little bit wider. He's thinking about what he wants to do, and he ends up just playing Misfortune at his battlefield. Now, at this point, I'm thinking about a couple of things, but the main thing I'm thinking about is I have Grand Strategy, which gives all my units +5, and I have the Cutthroat card, which makes it to where we both kill one of our units. If I can just go as wide as possible here on this turn, and I will be able to easily, with Grand Strategy, clear all of his units. And then what he's going to do is he's going to move his Jinx back from the battlefield to, he's going to move the Jinx back from the battlefield to his base. And then I'm going to be able to use my last ability to be the Cutthroat to kill his Jinx. So he has absolutely no comeback power, and he has nothing on field with like 1 or 2 cards in hand. So at this point, I'm literally just going as wide as possible. There's not many punishes in the game that Jinx has for Viktor just going this wide and passing. I pass because I know he's going to get to 6 points, but that's okay. You need 8 to win the game. It's not over until you get your last point. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, you know? So we're going to be looking a little bit. He's kind of thinking about what to do. I think he ends up just playing one creature. Yep, he just plays Blazing Scorcher, which is a 5-drop and just passes. I play Grand Stratagem now. I think I was supposed to save it and move the Noxian Drummer first, get the token, then play Grand Stratagem, but I'm not sure how the timing would work out if I'd be able to do that. So I play Grand Stratagem. I'm thinking about how I want to move my units, but the biggest thing is I want to have units at both things alive. So I'm going to move the commander over there plus that other unit. I think he misplays a little bit. I think oh yeah, see, so he chooses to move his Jinx back, and when he moves his Jinx back, I know he can't kill anything but my one shitty token, so that's fine. So he moves his Jinx back, MF does the damage, I deal an insane amount of damage to MF because Grand Stratagem's broken, and then MF dies. And then I move 2 tokens over here for 12. When that combat, he has no mana behind, so there's not really anything he can do. I could have technically got punished by a Gust there, I will say, though. So I think in hindsight, I probably should have just moved another unit over, because I think if he has Gust, I might just lose the game. You notice I have 3 mana, so I'm gonna move that unit over there. I'm gonna play a Viktor token. I'm gonna play Cutthroat, which we each have to kill one of our units. All he has left is Jinx. He's gonna be on 8 mana next turn and 3 cards in hand, so it's kind of unwinnable for him at this point. So I play my token, I play Coal the Weak. He's reading it, sees that he has to choose, kill his Jinx, and he just scoops. I thought it was a pretty cool game. It's kind of interesting. I think there was some interesting decisions that happened during it, like choosing to just go as wide as possible and not really contest the board or anything like that, and just I'm going to live next turn. Next turn, Grand Stratagem is going to go through, and I'm going to win the game. I'm going to literally kill all your resources. I think the Jinx player might have been able to prepare for that Grand Stratagem, like big push, by maybe moving some of his units back. Not all of them, maybe, but maybe like playing units at his base, because then it's hard. Because if he even had like 1 Traveling Merchant in his base, now he's going to have his Jinx to start his turn. And that's way more of like a winnable game state than what happened with him. I would be very careful about committing that much to a battlefield with no mana behind and paying attention to what your opponent can do. I mean, I drew through a lot of my deck with a lot of my cards. I think I triggered the Death Knell guy to draw one twice, and I triggered the draw two hidden card. And at that point, you know, I have 8, 9 cards in hand. I probably have everything. So it's kind of like, it sucks to say like play around everything, but you might honestly have to at that point. Overall, I think that was a really good game. I like the Pixelborn client. I can't wait for it to get fully updated and finished out and kind of gone through. I actually recorded live commentary for this, but then I went back and my mic was clipping a little bit because I wasn't speaking into it properly. So I had to actually come back and re-record. So that's why it's a little awkward. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. If you like this kind of gameplay, let me know. If you would like more like live commentary, like as I'm playing the game, or if you want me to just keep doing this where I kind of go through the game as I do. I'm not going to have any pictures blown up on the screen of cards I'm playing because I think this is a little bit more clear than live gameplay. But for all live gameplay, I'll still be adding like the cards on the screen so you can kind of understand and see what's happening. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. RBG out. Have a great day.